the top chakra through the sixth. We've come down to chakra 5 here. The syllable is hung. And now we're coming down to the 4th chakra, where the syllable is yang, at the level of the heart, and you see the 2 triangles. This is the place of decision. If you don't sign out here, you're going to come down the rest of the way. It's the place of the moon. The moon is both body and light, and so are you below this level. Now, are you going to identify with the body, the vehicle, or are you going to identify with the light? The Lama will be saying, you have come to the realm of the Lord Death, the judge of the dead. See the lunar horns, the monster buffalo face, and his minions will come at you, and they'll tear you apart. Here is a tanka representing this. Here's the Lord Death. Here are people being judged, and we'll look at them step by step. Here is the hell torches. All of this now is what's come upon you. Here are the weighing scales where good deeds are weighed against bad deeds. And then people are assigned to the different worlds. And if you die caught up in the dance instead of in its significance, you will be reborn as an animal. Now, my wife Jean had a studio on 5th Avenue, dance studio, on the 2nd floor. And on the 1st floor was a pet shop. And this was the lesson. If in your dancing all you're thinking about are your muscles, you're going to be reborn as an animal. There's no doubt about that. But there were pipes coming up from below, and mice used to climb up there, and those are aspirants to the next stage. Here now are people with their lives being weighed, and here are those waiting to be weighed, and they certainly look anxious about it. But then comes the hell scenes. These are the ones that tear you apart. And you see people being chopped to pieces, people being dragged to hell. This is the place of a freezing hell. Here they're broiling. Now this, my dear friends, is a book. And these are monks who skipped passages in their prayers. More horrific scenes. This fellow with a heavy rock on his back is a person who likes to kill insects. Do not be afraid. Now, I thought when I was reading, as I did in 1960, of some of the affairs that had occurred in Tibet in 1959 when the monks were being tortured. And they could torture a man for 7 days without killing him, and being torn apart. And I thought of what the monk here would be saying to the person dying with these subtle terrors. Now we have the gross terrors of an actual torture scene. Thousands of monks killed. Just as when the Muslims came into North India, thousands of monks killed. Those monasteries around Lhasa had 6,000 to 8,000 monks. They're wiped out. And I thought if the monk there having all this happen could think nothing is happening, it's merely the field of time, the still point is here, he would achieve illumination. It was Halaj, the great Sufi mystic, and this is reported of him, that when he was about to be crucified and tortured as Jesus was, he uttered a prayer. And the prayer is said to have been, "O Lord, if you had revealed to them what you have revealed to me, they would not be doing this to me. If you had not revealed to me what you have, this would not be happening to me. O Lord, praise to thee in thy works." That's big stuff. And then Halaj is reported to have said, the function of the Orthodox community is to give the mystic his desire. So that's a good way to think about it. It's a heroic way to think about it. This is the final picture then of the Lord Judge of the dead, the bull with the moon horns, and the terrors and all. And if we could get past that, we are released. If we can't, there closes behind us a great cliff, and the sublime is no longer ours. And we're going to hear noises. And those are the noises of the world. And when we hear these noises, try sometimes not to think of what is being said, but of what is talking. And what is talking is ignorance, lust, and malice. And this is the hub of the world as it's experienced by people who are still in fear of the Lord death. The world as we experience it is a world of the first three chakras: ignorance, lust, and malice. Reincarnation, souls going up, souls going down, round and round and round. And the boundaries of our world is this rim here with 12 what are called mutually arising causes. This is the boundary beyond which we do not see because we are in fear of the Lord death. Now this mandala is never on the inside of a monastery, it's on the outside wall. And so we've slipped. We're on the last three chakras now. At this here, chakra 3,